Good morning. It is so good to see you all in this special memorial service. Today we hold this spiritual memorial to honor and to celebrate life of our spiritual teachers and physical ancestors. Today we recognize especially those who helped us and assist us to become who we are now, including our sisters, our parents, our friends, or our teachers. This celebration of a life is based on the fundamental teachings of wonbuddhism called Fourfold Grace, which means that we are all interdependent and interconnected with everyone else. If you look at things in your life and look at the world from the eyes of Dharma, or eyes of your Buddha nature, or wisdom eyes, or Ilonsang eyes, you can see that everything is directly influencing everything else. So in this regard, we are interdependent of time and space. Think about it. When you come to the center, you saw the ginkgo trees in the street, right? Ginkgo tree in front of our meditation hall has been on earth 100 million years. And we human beings has been on earth 6 million years. And according to one Buddhist teaching, it took a long, long time to become who we are and to develop ourselves to be who we are now. And we may be spending millions of years to cultivate and to develop ourselves as we are. So in this spiritual memorial ceremony, we connect with our previous generation from ancient to the modern. So in this way, we are both ancient and modern. All the genes in our bodies were created by our parents. The gene of our parents created by our grandparents. Our grandparents' gene were created by our great-great-parents. So you can trace back to 1,000 years, or 100,000 years, even million years, because those genes passing down and handed over to us through these generations. So gene is a unit of inheritance that is transferred from parents to offspring. And this gene is to determine some characteristic of children, offsprings or children. So genes are responsible of all characteristics of what we inherit. So each gene contains a particular set of instruction, usually coding for particular function. So genes are working unit of DNA. So we got our genes and DNA from our parents. So we can trace back like this. So we are much more than what we think we are. We have to rethink. We need to understand and find out human capacity and our human potentials. Maybe it is time, and now is the time to reset the button of your life, to restore optimal condition of health and well-being. We have computers and iPhones and so forth. So if it doesn't function, if it's broken or problems, what do? You go back to reset the button to the original factory-made setting. So we have to reset the key to restore ourselves to the optimal condition, optimal capacity, so we can go back to this optimal original condition. So we could create a new pattern, begin to new life with this new pattern. This pattern we are creating in our mind totally different than previous way of using our mind. When you set the button, you are setting to the Buddha, essential Buddha within you. To that kind of optimal condition, you are going back. So we create a new pattern in our heart, in our bodies. And begin again our inward journey for self-discovery and self-actualization. So we need to find creative solution to our condition and our difficulties, whatever you have at this moment. Because we don't have to travel the old road again and again. We can change the direction of the road. We can begin a new path. We can enter a new path, a new road. So we can reorganize and reprioritize ourselves and restore and recreate this beauty and the new pattern in the path that can lead us to awakening. So today, we celebrate the life of Tathagatas in the middle here, in the center, who discovers inner freedom of mind, who experienced awakening and nirvana and taught us how to do that. So Tathagata is the title of a Buddha. In Korean, call it Yore, which means that das gone or das come. It emphasized the fact that historical Buddha is just one of the endless continuity of Tathagatas who appears throughout the history and proclaimed the same Dharma. So it is a very powerful teaching of wonbuddhism that you have the seed of this Tathagata. If you continue, if you stay on the path of awakening, one day you will become a Tathagata. Today we celebrate life of Sote-san, who taught us how to cultivate our minds and bodies, how to liberate ourselves, and how to attain freedom of mind, and how to awaken our Buddha nature. Sote-san was born in 1891. Very difficult time in Korea. And enlightened in 1916, which was under colonial occupation by Japan. He was 26 at the time and spent the next 27 years to teach Buddha Dharma. And he used spirituality and Buddha Dharma and nonviolence to awaken hopeless people in Korea and gave hope by practicing this spirituality, by cultivating their inner potential, that one day they can free themselves and hopefully giving some analogy of Independence Day in Korea. At that time, under occupation, people didn't think of that kind of freedom because of the restriction, constraint, and it was very, very difficult period. And he passed away June 1st, 1943, 2 years prior to Korean independence from Japan. Thus, this history of a spiritual memorial service began in our community. We also celebrate the life of Gautama Buddha, who lived about 2,500 years ago in India. So ancient and modern together. Through practice of meditation and essential Dharma of a daily practice, we can attain freedom of mind. We can free ourselves from ourselves. All the bonding, hindrance, attachment, chattering, all those things, we can let go and free and fly like a bird. So it is possible to attain freedom of mind. In this state, we are aware of our inner being, our Buddha nature, which bring us happiness and bliss from this inner center. So today, we are making commitment to travel to the center, to be Tathagata one day. We also celebrate the life of all sages and saints. Maybe before you came to our community, you might have a different faith system. So think about your own understanding of a saint and sages. Today we honor and respect all sages and saints who proclaimed the same value of a spiritual cultivation and universal salvation. As you see here in this ceremony, it is a concrete expression of wonbuddhism commitment to interfaith movement in the world. By bringing peace and building peace with the other faith tradition. Sometimes it's very difficult. And we can build peace in the world together. So we are connecting in this ceremony that all those human wisdom from ancient to present by recognizing the great wisdom, compassion, and love of these all sages and saints in the world throughout the human history. Third, we also honor the life of enlightened masters and bodhisattvas. Their lives are examples of a highest ideal life and loving kindness and compassion. They have a perseverance. They have a great compassion. They have a loving kindness and insight and wisdom to help us to cultivate our Buddha nature, to help us to the path to awakening. Fourth, also we honor today the life of a dedicated Dharma teachers who cultivated Dharma in all of us. Throughout the wonbuddhism temple, there are dedicated these Dharma teachers building new community with a deep commitment, sometimes overcoming great difficulties, facing new cultural environment, and selfless service to all whoever joined this community, whoever walked in this world of Buddha Dharma. So there are 3 stages of Dharma teachers: ordinary Dharma teachers, extraordinary Dharma teachers, and great Dharma masters. Today we recognize them and celebrate the life of these ordained Dharma teachers who dedicate their whole life for building our spiritual community. We also pay respect to the life of a devoted laity who practiced the Buddha Dharma diligently and made a contribution to spread the Buddha Dharma in the world. So here, maybe you can all relate with this one. In fact, it is a revolutionary practice in a spiritual and religious tradition to include the laity, lay members, in this kind of a spiritual ceremony, even lineage, and record if you have enough deep practice and experience this Buddha Dharma. Even we record your history, our lay members' history. We even ordained Dharma teachers who study them. So this symbol here is that to recognize a lay member's capacity and ability to practice in daily life and be awakened. So all of you have this one, this capacity, and recognize in the future if you're gone. So again, these three stages of laities. Ordinary laities, ordinary lay members, just comes and goes. Or comes and stops a while and sometimes appears. So you stay in the ordinary. Or extraordinary lay members. They make a commitment, come and practice consistently. They enjoy Dharma practice. They elevate, they cultivate it. They become a different person, more compassionate, more wise, more wisdom, and more inner peace and joy. So you become the son of the light and son of spirituality in your world. People seeing you, oh, I want to be like that. And find out you are members of wonbuddhism here. And cultivate and meditate, you become a beautiful person and transforming into a new being. And people want to follow you and practice with you. So this is the extraordinary lay members. And you keep practicing like that, you become great Dharma protector. So we recognize laity here today. So maybe today is your new day to make that kind of commitment. Not stay in outskirts here, but travel to the center to be awakened, to experience nirvana and become Tathagata. So making that kind of commitment today to elevate yourself to become the devoted and dedicated participants in this Sangha with a deep practice and cultivation. And sixth, we all celebrate the life of all parents as they brought us to this world. So where are they? Here, parents and ancestors. So remember your parents. Think about parents who are not here on earth anymore. We recognize today parents of all ordinary human beings. Parents of dedicated Dharma teachers and lay members. Parents of enlightened masters, and parents of bodhisattvas, and parents of Tathagata Buddhas, and parents of all sages and saints. So we thank them. Our parents nurtured our mind and body when we were very young, totally depend on them. in the beginning of our early lives. And despite of their love, good intention, and care, sometimes our ancestors demanded us, and resulting pain, misunderstanding, and wound. This ceremony, we have to heal our wound and heal our relationships. Our inner Buddha will help you to heal your wound and your relationships. And we have to pass the wound and transform ourselves. In Buddhist understanding, there are two kinds of human relationship. One is a life-giving relationships, and the other is a conflict relationships. All these can happen in the close relationships, more likely family setting. So if you understand this, we have to find ways to transform the relationship. If it's a conflict relationship, especially today, we have to heal that relationship with our parents or friends or family members, sister or brother who are not here. Because they are not here, they cannot initiate that healing. We have to initiate that healing, open our heart and forgive themselves and move on. Finally, we celebrate the life of all sentient beings. Over there, the Oscar again. All sentient beings, and we encourage them to understand Buddha Dharma and enter a path of awakening. So in fact, in this sense, we are celebrating Earth community today. Tomorrow is a World Environmental Day initiated by United Nations. And we celebrate this Earth community because we are part of interdependent web of life. So according to Wonbuddhism teaching of fourfold grace or Gautama Buddha's teaching of a co-dependence of origination, we are not separable with the large community. We are not separable with the rest of the world. We are not separable with everyone else and everything else. Nowadays, climate change is a big issue in this country, stirring at the United Nations and the world because of a climate change accord agreed in Paris. So maybe we have to go beyond self-interest, especially special group interest or national interest. There is some possibility of being privileged living in the developed world to take care of this Earth community. Our future generation will reap the consequence of a decision made today. So protecting our Earth community is a way to protect our own future. And it is a way to shape our own future reality to be more livable and lovable for all. And what happened to the outer world happened to inner world. If you begin separate yourself from others, from large communities, it affects your inner world of emotions and mental and cognitive area too. So separation creates division. Division creates misunderstanding. Misunderstanding creates conflicts and wars. So now is the time for us to harvest all human capacity. You have inherited it from spiritual and physical ancestors. In addition, if you understand Buddhist teaching well enough, we have been experiencing so much through infinite time and space, traveling here and there, in different lifetimes in the process of a cycle of a rebirth. So now we have to find inspiration and creativity within us to create our dream and dream our dream together here. Life is like art. We can be artists of our life because we all have an inner artist within us, inner dancer, inner singer. So create the beauty and create a new pattern of our lives. So experiment to create a new pattern in your life. Maybe just begin with when you eat, how you eat, and when you eat. If you master that, you see how that affects my body and mind. So you move on different aspects of your life and experiment it. Create the beauty and new pattern in your mind, in your body, and in your heart. So in conclusion, the best way to honor and celebrate the life of our spiritual ancestors and physical ancestors is that we live well on earth. They're all gone, but wishing you, giving you that kind of a good intention for you to live well. And appreciate your life and celebrate your existence through healing. So we can celebrate ourselves as we heal our minds, bodies, and heart. We can celebrate life as we restore our well-being to help others and help the world. We can celebrate our existence because we can practice Buddha Dharma to live better. In this way, we can celebrate our lives to help the world to be a better place for all. We can celebrate life on earth and protect all life as much as we can. So today, I have a special homework for all of you. Please do it. When you go home, take a good time and spend the quality time with yourself. Maybe in front of your home meditation altar. Maybe you put the candlelight or incense, maybe some flowers. And reset the key of your life. Reset yourself to reactivate your energy. And reset to activate your every cell in your body, every organ in your body. They're waiting for your love and care and attention. And reset the button to activate all your organs. And it's not functioning well, some part of your body. It is time to give nourishing energy by activating and by pushing a new key to reset. And reset the key to activate your inner peace and joy, to activate your inner wisdom and compassion for all. When you do this, a miracle can take place in your mind, in your heart, in your body. And celebrate life and rejoice in the process of your resetting the button and reactivating those energies and reactivating every cell in your body and reactivating all organs in your body, all the system in your body, and affecting how you think. The mind, body are one. So in this way, we can heal ourselves and really tremendous things happening. We can change our gene and DNA. There is some medicine or special things to do that. But through our own cultivation, through our own deep understanding of this wisdom and the inner capacity within all of us, we can change it. So based on the principle of cause and effect, we are transforming into awakened one. So enjoy and appreciate all your process, and please do your homework today. Don't postpone to tomorrow. You may be you're busier than today. So today, please take time and spend the quality time with you, with your mind, heart, and body, and understand condition of yourself, and reset the button and reactivate yourself to begin a new life, begin a new path, begin a new pattern, and creating new pattern today.